What's up, everybody? It is the Best Spot Kiss moving them back with another video. And yes, I am due for a haircut. Quick video. I'm going to be talking about Spider-Man 2. Yes, so my local GameStop had a used copy of Spider-Man 2, and it was going a for 60 bucks essentially, like 55 $60 for a used copy. This is the amazing Spider-Man 2, came out in 2014, I think, to coincide with the movie. It was original, obviously this is the Xbox One release. There was actually some controversy about this release because I think at the time, when it first came out, and this might have been around the time when there was like something going on with the licensing and Sony and Spider-Man, where this game, I guess, didn't release on Xbox like the same day. For some reason, the PlayStation version came out, and I think it came out digitally on the Xbox, but for some reason there was like a halt or a freeze for the physical version. For some reason, I just recall it where people were wondering if it was actually coming out on the Xbox. There was like some sort of drama around it, but lo and behold, it came out. Whatever. And I just gotta say, man, what made me buy this game is that we're probably a couple weeks from when Activision Microsoft deal closes, and people like B-Nox and stuff like that. A lot of Activision's titles outside of Call of Duty, they worked on a lot of licensed games, and some of these games we can assume they're gonna throw all these games in the Game Pass, but the problem is a lot of the games they did were license agreements, and these games have since been delisted. You cannot buy this game on like your Xbox or PlayStation store, and the only chance at it is getting physical. So I'm going to hold on to this even because it's worth a lot of money still. It has a high trade-in value and high resale value. I actually have Deadpool and the last two Transformers games also come in that Activision published, because I don't expect those games to fall in the Game Pass. And these are nice backlog titles to play. Like, I think I originally booted up Spider-Man when it launched, and I didn't buy it. I think I was game sharing with my dude, either Calhoun or there's another dude that me and Addict used to associate with back in the day, Gladiator dude. It was either him or Calhoun. We were game share. One of them had access to this game, and I played it a little bit. I uninstalled it because I didn't like it much. Played it almost 10 years later, and let's talk about it, man. So, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. This is the last Spider-Man game Xbox gamers have access to. And surprisingly, I'll comment on a few things, right? The graphics are, mediocre, but passable for its time, because this was still a cross-generation game. It came out, a year after the Xbox One. I think a version of this still existed on the 360 and the PS3. So the graphics were passable. The gameplay, it took me a while to get used to it. A little awkward. There's not much to the combat with The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Like, your primary attack button is X. You got Y is really sort of the dodge out of the way. You got like different like launch moves, like web moves with the bumpers, and I think B, you could just do like a rapid shot with the web, or if you hold on to B, it's the pulse move. Overall, man, the game is it's okay. It's nothing like the Spider-Man we got now that is exclusive to PlayStation. Insomniac Spider-Man shits on this Spider-Man like night and day. Insomniac Spider-Man. The gameplay actually is pretty much as far as similar in terms of how you web. I believe now I gotta play the PlayStation one. I believe you have to use left trigger for left swing, right trigger for right web swing. You don't do any sort of like tricks when you're like when you're free falling and stuff like that. The characters, villains, but these were also largely influenced by the movie. So that Harry Osborn looks more like the dude that plays him in the movie. However, the Peter Parker in this game looks nothing like Andrew Garfield. I think this is Andrew Garfield era Spider-Man, if I'm not mistaken. The Peter Parker looks nothing like that. The mission structures, the open world is pretty weak in terms of it's a lot of the actions are repetitive. You kind of have like 4 or 5 different like objective, like regular like open world objectives, and that's sort of like rescue missions. You either rescue people from a burning building, rescue people from a hostage situation, rescue people from hostage hazardous environments. You have, you know, crimes you can stop, like breaking and enterings across the town. There's like a fixed number of them. There's and then like your main missions, which is only about 14 of them. You fight, you know, obviously Craven, Black Cat, Kingpin, and I believe the either Electro dude, one of the I think Oz, I forgot. I think he's Electro or some shit like that. But those are the people you fight in this game. So it's a weekend game. Like, I don't mind playing it. It's fun to play. After I've been done with it, I'll probably pass it to my son so he can play, because he's been through the Insomniac Spider-Man games and Miles Morales games, so he'll be glad to play this. It's going to be a downgrade. I'm not afraid to say that it is a downgrade, but it's worth the playthrough. I've never beaten it, so I had reason to play through the game. A couple of things that it does do differently now than the other Spider-Man. Now, when you do these rescue missions and the side objectives, a lot of times when you do rescue missions in the Spider-Man game, you have to pick up the injured person or hurt person from that location, and you have to web them. You have to swing them. You have to bring them to the hospital, and you carry them. And I thought that was pretty cool because that's completely absent from Miles Morales and the PlayStation Spider-Man 2018. Which it may be in Spider-Man 2, who knows. I think that would be a good mechanic to try to bring back, just to add to the immersion. And I thought they had that. Now, it didn't look all that great. The body looks all flimsy while they're holding on to you and whatnot. But it is a cool, throwback, thing that they should do. I'm actually interested in playing more Spider-Man games just to see how they all stack up to Spider-Man 2018. But the only thing is, I do not believe a lot of these games are backwards compatible, like Web of Shadows, and there's a few of them that came out during the 360 era that I would like to try. But so far, it's not a great game. It's worth a lot of money though, and if you want a Spider-Man game to play on Xbox, if you refuse to play on PlayStation, or if you don't want to play Spider-Man on PC, this costs. If you can find it, pick it up, try it. My favorite, obviously, Spider-Man game so far now is still the Insomniac versions. I played through Miles Morales, and I played through the 2018 game. Played through the 2018 game twice. One on PlayStation and one on PC. I know they got the remaster for the PS5. I'm not sure if I want to play through it. The Spider-Man Miles Morales is a better playthrough because it's more action, more of gameplay focus. The standard Spider-Man game is more so of like it's Spider-Man, but you have all those slow down missions with like Mary Jane and Peter Parker that slows things down. That kind of breaks the immersion for me. But I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. Yeah, I did pay the $50-$60 for this game. It is a decent game. Is like I said, by the time you watch this video, I would be finished with the game. And but yeah, I think it's probably like a 50 or something like on Metacritic, and it's probably accurate, especially for today's standards. But it's not the greatest game. But nonetheless, if you just want a video game to play through, it's actually fun, and it's fun to play through and compare to what we currently have. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to see more videos like this, I will be covering Deadpool and Transformers in the next coming days as well. So as always, guys, Xbox is the best box. I am the best bot. Good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. I'm out of here. Peace.